Say her name. A year ago today, Brianna Taylor, a 26-year-old black woman, was shot and killed in her own apartment by 3 Louisville police officers. After a summer of peaceful protest and growing calls for accountability, we are still fighting for justice. Not only justice for Brianna, but justice for her mother. Earlier, my colleagues Kendra Gibson and Lindsay Reiser passed along some words of mine on behalf of me that I did this morning to Tamika Palmer, her mother.
As you know, Rivernell has been a supporter of you from the very start. He was on our show just about an hour ago. He had a message for you. Take a listen.
We must keep fighting. She also got a settlement, but she didn't get justice. And she needs to keep fighting for justice for Brianna and for everyone else. And a year later, she's missing her daughter. But she is not missing people all over the world that's standing for justice for her daughter.
He's telling you to keep on fighting. You said you're filled with so much anger. How do you continue? How do you plan to kind of harness all that anger into the fight?
I do it every day. I get up and I start. There's plenty of days I don't want to get up, but it's all the support, it's all the, these people up before you and ready, so how do you not get up?
A year ago today, Brianna Taylor was killed in her own apartment. Those policemen were not prosecuted by the state attorney general. They gave a settlement to the family, as there was a large historic settlement given to the George Floyd family just yesterday in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And they ought to get the settlements. But we cannot allow that to say that that's justice. You can't pay for the right to kill us. And we must continue to fight to change the laws so people face justice. Even today, President Biden tweeted about Brianna Taylor and the need to keep fighting for police reform. We would never have imagined that from the former president. We must keep fighting. Families should be given some kinds of funds because a life was taken of value. People that have to raise their children and all removed, as in the case of George Floyd. But you're not paying for the right to not bring people to justice that has done wrong and committed crimes. So the fight goes on. A year later, Brianna and George Floyd, we're going to keep fighting to go with demonstration and legislation.